What's up, gang? Willie Rebuild back with another one, baby. Got old Radness, as y'all can see. Been making a little progress, doing a few things, figuring out a few things. Still ain't paint this, and I ain't in a rush because I ain't ready to paint that yet. And I still ain't paint this because it ain't time to paint that yet. But what I've been doing is, as you can see, I've been assembling these rubbers and these trims back the way they go. And also, I put this glass in because I need to mock up a few things and see how everything's sitting. Because right now, what I did is I put everything back how it came out. I put everything back where it was sitting originally. Now, remember, originally I had the original factory seals in there, the door seals and T-top seals and all that there. But now you got these aftermarket seals and rubbers and all this here going on because, I mean, you probably could find the original one somewhere, but they gonna want $6 million for it, and we ain't about to do that. So what I did is I stuck the moldings in. None of them is glued down. None of them. They all just sitting in the moldings where they go. As you can see, this one here's popped out a little bit, but it ain't nothing because what I'm doing is I'm waiting on the sweeps to come. And the reason why is because if you see down in this door, I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but by the sweeps not being in, I can't really adjust the glass. As you can see, we got a nice gap back here. That's because I haven't adjusted the glass. I just sit the molding in, and you know how we do, get a little head and want to see how shit look and all that there. But as you can see here, that gap is tight. The glass is closer. So back here, some of this stuff you're not gonna see on camera. Don't try to see, just listen to what I'm telling you, because I'm gonna save you a headache in the long run. If you see on the top of this seal, I can almost, the seal is touching the glass, but it's not. Like up here in this crack, you can kind of see through where the seal is not really touching. So how I'm gonna fix that with a rebuild? I'm about to tell you what you gotta do in that situation. And that's why you don't glue none of this stuff in, because if you glue it in, you're gonna run into a problem. So the only way, look at some of that old glue that stuck on that one. Nah, I had it screwed down, I think, and popped a little tail. But that ain't no big deal, I'll fix that. So this not glued in, as you can see. So as you can see in here, let me see if I can get y'all the right angle, gang, because I'm trying to show y'all something. You see this hole is lined up directly with the hole in the middle. That's where the factory location was at. But by you using these different seals that's not 100% to factory OEM specifications, what you'll have to do is take a drill in this hole and make this hole wallow it out a little bit from side to side. And when you do that, you're gonna do all the holes that way you can pivot this molding on this trim right here, and you can move it a little bit to adjust it how you want it to make sure it's tight on the glass. But you can't do none of that right now because you need everything to be, and you can see that gap right here now with that door open. as it go to the front of the glass, it get tight. So that means on my adjustment right here, I'm gonna have to come back on the glass slightly. Now, like I say, I got everything back in factory location. Well, that was with all the factory molding. So some of that's gonna change up, gang. So we not gonna do no adjustments. We not gonna lock nothing in. I got everything in now. I got everything in and mocked up. Let me get y'all line in there where y'all can see what's going on. And I don't break nothing at the same time trying to show y'all what's happening, because then I'm going to be mad. But as you can see, I got all that shit in there. As you can see, don't worry about the bolts, because I know you're going to have people, oh man, you got silver bolts, they supposed to be black. I'm going to take care of all that shit. All this in here right now is for mock-up, because once you put this glue in here, it ain't no turning back. Once that glue get hard and set, you fucked. You're going to have to buy you some more seals to put back in there and get the shit right. So, as you can see, like I'm telling you, some of this, I might have to shim it over a little bit and stuff like that. But that's no big deal. Only thing I'm waiting on is to get the window sweeps, and that way I can make a final adjustment on all this. But as you can see, everything's sitting in place how it's supposed to be. And like I say, I don't have none of this stuff glued down yet, but like I just showed you that little crack, you can see how the little crack sitting there. But once I shim it out, bam, it'll go tight, and then I glue it and lock it down right there, gang. So that's just a little tip that I'm showing y'all on how to adjust them rubbers, because from the factory you ain't have no adjustments because you had your OEM rubbers. And another thing too, the reason I had the tops in just sitting in, because those tops were able to seat these rubbers down and stop them from sticking up high like they was. As you can see, the rubber sitting down at a decent level where I'm happy with the way they sitting instead of bumped up. So that's why I've been leaving the T-tops in there, so the rubbers, the T-top could actually smash the rubber and mold them down the way I need them to be. But that's just a little tip I'm giving y'all to let y'all see. Don't be in a big rush, because once you rush and put it in there, glue that shit down, then you fucked, and now you gotta order new rubbers and spend a few $100s on new rubbers and shit to get this shit right. Another little thing I want to show y'all. Let me see if I can get it on camera. Will it rebuild the body, man? Let me see if I can find something that's small that ain't gonna scratch the car up, so I can sit it and show y'all at the same time while I'm holding the camera on what I'm talking about. I'm gonna tear a little piece of this shop towel. All right. So right here, not exactly right there, but as you can see, where I sit that little, see right there, they got a little ding right there that I didn't catch in the body work. There it is. You can see it right there on camera. So I got a little ding right there. But also, when we was painting it, y'all know I told y'all we got some runs right there. Now the runs is no big deal, because I was gonna buff the runs out. But since I got the ding, and there you see it, you can't see it from certain angles. It's a little bitty ding, but every time I walk to the car from that side, I see that one little ding. That's no big deal. That's no big deal right there. Because what I do, since I need to do that, I might just go ahead and make that repair on that little ding and then respray the whole trunk. So that's no big deal, because I can screw the trunk off and respray it outside not outside, off of the car. But that's no big deal. Like I told y'all, got more paint right down there, more clear right there, and we got enough to take care of business for touch-ups, because I brought extra paint in case, get a little situation and I need to make some touch-ups or what have you. I can go back and do that instead of trying to be exact with the paint. But the next thing we gonna go ahead and take care of, gang, is this dash. I got the other dash I was working on. I'll probably just take that dash and go ahead and wrap it. And then down the line, I'll probably come back and just put a new dash in it. Order me a new dash, because I don't really like the wrap dash. It's not bad, but I'm an original type of guy, as you can see. I like my shit to look how it look original. So I'm going to take care of that. Then this little thing on the antenna, that's nothing. I'll scuff that up and paint it black. Take care of that. But other than that, we making progress. Like I say, I'm going to take care of these. I'm going to do these moldings. This the moldings that I did already. You can see they look pretty good. Did this one here too. I did them out the rattle can. Look pretty good. So, we making a few moves, but I ain't in a big rush, baby. Look at them bugs on there. Look at them bugs on there. Y'all see it? I had it in traffic last night. Drove that bitch on a 4-hour round trip. So that's what I do. I ain't in no big rush, because when I want ride, I could ride in that one. Y'all see them bugs spattered all on front of that motherfucker. The only way you can get that is if you in traffic. And that's what I did. I had it in traffic. Had to go meet the transporter. 2 hours away with a car. 2 hours to him. 2 hours back to the house. Another thing, if you look up under there, you see ain't no fucking oil on the ground. We ain't leaking no oil and shit. Don't nothing leak no oil. No oil stains on the ground. It can't be leaking. Original 305. Not only do it run good and got cold AC, the bitch ain't leaking no oil on the ground. Can't be leaking oil. Bitch leak all time to sell. I don't want it no more. But y'all see it, gang. We knocking it down. I got the windshield just sitting in there. Painted this out the rattle can. It had a little dent in it right there. See if I can show y'all that. I'm not fixing that, because I ain't trying to get a show call, but I do want it presentable. I'm not about to work on that, because that shit flimsy and it's gonna keep on. I'm gonna fix one spot and end up messing up something else. So sometimes you gotta know when it's time to leave well enough alone, gang. Like, I got another little ding right here. Let me see if I can get it on camera. It's kind of hard to pick it up on camera. You can see it right there, a little ding. Not really worried about that. Like I see, Willie Rebuild is not a body man. If it was for somebody else, I wouldn't fuck with it. My own call. If something don't turn out right, I ain't really too mad about it, because it's my shit. I ain't gotta hear nobody bitching and complaining or none of that bullshit. But for my shit, I take on a job like that. But for somebody else, I send that bitch to somebody that I deal with that paint and let them deal with it. But for my car and for taking on such a big job, I think this shit turned out good, gang. But I ain't about to go on and on rambling. I just wanted to show y'all that with the T-tops and the rubbers, because they don't have a lot of videos out on that. And I just wanted to take y'all for a walk with me and my experience with dealing with it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's Willie Rebuild, fucking around in the garage without good lighting, as y'all can see. Over and out, baby.